Hello guys, my name is Balkrishna Srivastav and welcome to CodeWithBK. So in this video we write Java code solution for question 7 of ISC 2025 Computer Science Boards paper, and this is the question. So before we start, it is a request to please subscribe to my channel. Okay, so this is the question. Take a minute and give this a reading. Okay, so in this question you have to work on matrices and objects. Okay, and you have to check if two matrices have same column sums for each of the columns. Okay, they have given this example matrix A and matrix B. So for the first column, matrix A gives you 2 7 1 10 and matrix B gives you 7 1 2 10. Matrix A gives you 3 plus 5 8 plus 4 12. Similarly 12 for matrix B. And for third column, 6 plus 1 7 plus 2 9, 6 plus 1 plus 2 7. Okay, and your output sum of the corresponding columns is equal. You have been given the class description. You also have to write a main. Okay, the key part here is that you should understand how to use Colsum object within a function of Colsum. Okay, of this Colsum class, because you see this is a Colsum class, and in this check function you get two Colsum objects. This is the key concept that is checked in this question, and it is a very common question based on this pattern if you follow the previous year's question papers. Okay, so I am going to start. I'm going to create a class Colsum. Okay, S is lowercase, right? Yep. All right, so data members I keep private. I have int mat to store the matrix. I have int m to store the number of rows, int n to store the number of columns. Then I have the constructor. I keep the constructor and member methods as public. Okay, so I say Colsum. Okay, I have int mm and int nn. It says set m to mm. Okay, and n to nn. Okay, so m and n are the data members that define the dimensions for this matrix mat. Okay, mm and nn are the arguments that are passed, the parameters that contain the dimensions. Okay, thing here is try not change any identifier name given. Okay, don't change mm to m. Don't do this and then do this. Okay, don't try to be smart at places you are not asked to. Okay, keep it simple and stupid. So there is a programming principle when you go out to write code in the actual world. There's a programming principle called KISS. Keep it simple, comma, stupid. Okay, don't complicate it. All right. And in questions like these, when you have to work on matrices, see, it is given to initialize data members m equal to mm and n equal to nn. And it is understood that you need to create the matrix here as well. New int m and n. Okay, it is not explicitly mentioned here, but since the dimensions of matrix are based upon these mm and nn, it is understood that when you create this Colsum object, this matrix should also be getting the memory. Okay, which we are doing here. Okay, next is public void read array. Okay, no parameters except elements into the array. Very standard. You need a scanner object. So I can create a scanner object in this function, new scanner system dot. Okay, the import line is added on top automatically. Make sure that you don't miss it. You don't want to give the examiner any chance to deduct your marks. Okay, I'm going to add a prom message which is totally optional for you. I'll say println itself enter plus m plus into plus n elements. Okay, all right. I've already created the matrix. I'll say for int I equal to 0, I less than m, I plus plus. Nested for loop to read values into this 2D array. For int j equal to 0, j less than n, j plus plus. I'll say mat of I comma j is scanner dot next int. Okay, all right. You have an option to keep this scanner outside and make it public and private and static, something like this. Okay, depends upon you. I usually keep it here local to this function. Okay, all right. So your read array to accept elements into the array is done. No silly mistakes here, right? Scanner is m into n elements, m and n, I and j. Okay, all right. Next is the key function public boolean check takes two Colsum elements within this Colsum class, Colsum A, Colsum B. Okay, right. There is no point of getting confused here. You are getting objects of Colsum A into this Colsum function. So these A and B behave regularly as any Colsum objects do. Okay. The only key thing here is you can assess private members of both A and B because you are within this Colsum class. If there was a third class that was getting these two arguments, right, you would not have been able to assess private members of A and B in that case because you are in a separate class. You are not in the Colsum class itself. Okay, and that's why we are able to check for column sums here. Okay, because there is no, this is not public, right, and there is no getter to get you the matrix. All right, I'll say get the number of columns. Okay, so in num calls is a dot n, right, and it is given that you have to assume that two matrices have the same dimensions, so you don't need to add a separate check if the dimensions are not same. You return false. You don't do that. Okay, again, do what is asked for and move on. Okay, so for each of these columns, j is less than num calls j plus plus. Okay, okay, I'll say to store sums of jth column of A and B. So I'll say in sum A is 0, in sum B is 0. Okay, in order to find the sum of all elements of this column, I'm going to iterate all the rows, so I can also get the num rows as A dot n. Okay, I equal to 0, I is less than num rows I plus plus. Okay, one more thing which goes unsaid is that since I am on an IDE, I can add insert lines, but you will be writing this on a piece of paper, right? So make sure that you take maybe a minute to think on what you're going to do in this function, because once you write a line here, okay, so you can obviously adjust and write it here, makes sense as well, right? But try to have at least an idea, basic idea on what you're supposed to do in this function, so that you don't cut and cross and keep inserting lines. Presentation is a major part of your boards exams. Okay, all right, so sum is going to be plus equal to a of ij, and sum b is equal to, I'm going to add b of ij, right? Oh, b dot mat, it is to assess the mat. Okay, right, so I'm able to create sums for each of these objects A and B for the corresponding column j in one single loop because they are assumed to have same dimensions. Okay, then if the sums are not equal, return false. Okay, the only point of going to the next column is if the current column for both the matrices has the same sum. So if sum A not equal to sum B, okay, I simply return false. I don't need to do anything else finally I return true. Okay, right, getting number of rows and number of columns here. So for each column I need to find column sum for both matrix A and matrix B, and that's why you take these sums fresh as 0. Then for each row in this column I update sum A, sum B, check if they're not equal, I simply return false. Else if this loop entirely executes, okay, that is for all columns, corresponding column sums are equal for both A and B, I return true. Finally I need to guess add check void print. Okay, public void print. Okay, so basically another nested for loop. I will simply say sys out printf percent minus 4d and I'll say mat of ij, and after this I change a line. Okay, and I change a line after this as well. Okay, using printf so that I have neatly formatted columns. All right, so this is your class, right? In the main I'm going to create two objects of the same dimension. Okay, add elements and check. So I'm going to say Colsum a equal to new Colsum, like I said, 3 by 3. Okay, a dot, okay, reader is the function, right? Yeah, nice. Okay, similarly Colsum b equal to new Colsum 3 comma 3. Okay, just adding a change in line so that the output looks clearer. I'll say b dot redirect. Okay, right. Then display elements. Okay, so this is out dot elements of a is a dot print change a line. Oh, the line extra is already changed. So similarly, elements of b is b dot print, and then check equality. Okay, creating two objects a and b of the same dimension and accepting elements into it. Okay, displaying elements, and finally we need to check if the corresponding column sums are equal for all the columns. So we need to call this check method. Okay, now again the key concept here checked is that you understand that you can call a non-static function from an object. Okay, and also pass the object of the same type. Okay, so this check is a non-static function in this class Colsum. Okay, so you need an object to call this function, and when you're calling this function, you again can pass the objects of the same class, right? That is, you can say use the object of this class to call this function. You cannot do Colsum.check. Okay, cannot be called in a static way, cannot make a static reference. Okay, because that is not static. Okay, and you pass a and b. Okay, if this is the case, the return value is true, we output this statement. Okay, sys out. Okay, else sys out not equal. And since this is a non-static call to check, you can either use a or you can either use b as well, because both are valid objects of Colsum. Both will have their own copy of this check method that can accept any two objects of a and b. All right, now time to test this. Enter 3 into 3 elements. This is for our first matrix A. So the first matrix has first row as 2 3 1, because we are reading elements row wise 7 5 6 and 1 4 2. For the next matrix we have 7 4 2 1 3 1 and 2 5 6 is equal. Okay, elements of A, elements of B. Okay, let's take another example. Say 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 1 1 1 2 3 3 4 5 7 is not equal. Okay, running another case, 2 1 5 4 3 3 2 1 5 1 1 2 1 3 2 4 and 3 5 3. Okay, is equal. So 2 plus 4 plus 7 is the sum of the elements of the first column for both the matrix. 9 is the sum of elements for the second column. 5 plus 2 7 plus 8 is the sum of elements for the third column. Okay, and this is your solution. All right. Okay, key concept is passing the object of class Colsum within the same class Colsum. Okay, don't get confused on this. There are so many questions on the exact same pattern solved on my channel already. Search for it, you'll find plenty solution both from the specimen and previous board papers. Okay, so this was the solution and I hope this was helpful. If there is any doubt, is a part you don't understand, please let me know in the comments. I always try to answer all your comments, and you can also let me know in the comments if there's a question you want me to solve or if there's a concept you want to discuss. So guys, keep working hard and all the best. See ya.